Today because this year is a great year to reinvest in CUNY. This fight to get an extra $500 million for CUNY is much more than a budget request. This is years and decades of this investment that we're trying to make right. We're trying to invest in the people. We're trying to invest in communities, people that just came into this country like immigrants, and everyone that needs an opportunity. So the new deal for CUNY request of $500 million would also hire full-time faculty members to provide better quality of education to everyone, as well as mental health counselors, which is much needed for students. After the pandemic, even before the pandemic, the mental health services was much more needed, and now we need it more than ever. We need more academic advisors to help these students to be supported, as well as adjunct parity pay, and tuition reduction to make CUNY free once again, how it used to be before 1976. So thank you everyone for being here, and we're gonna call out some great speakers to speak on the behalf of a new deal for CUNY. Our first speaker is Penny Lewis, the secretary for the PSC CUNY. Thank you so much.
Hi everybody here. I'm Penny Lewis. I'm a member of the faculty at the School of Labor and Urban Studies, and I'm also the secretary of our union, the PSC. I have been at CUNY for 20 years. I was a graduate student here. My mom went to CUNY, and I feel like my entire life is thanks to the City University of New York. But the whole time that I have been at CUNY, we have been underinvested, and for decades before that. And this is the year for us to make the investments that we need. I mean, one of the things that I think people out there don't understand is that things that would be a crisis at any other university, ceiling tiles falling on your head, bathrooms in libraries that don't work, not having enough full-time faculty to get your major completed in time, not having enough full-time faculty to mentor you and be there for you the way that you need to, having faculty who are seriously underpaid, not having mental health counselors, not having the advisors you need. Things that would be a crisis at any other university are things that we have been asked to just put up with, that we just are supposed to expect at CUNY. And the time for that is done. We need this investment. This is the year to make it. It's incredible that we have $500 million possibly at stake at Albany that should be coming to CUNY. It's money that we've needed for a long time, and it's money that this is the year to get it. So it's really exciting, all the folks who've been fighting for this and the support that we've had, and we think we can really bring it home this year. So thanks everybody, and new deal for CUNY!
A new deal for CUNY!
A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY!
Thank you so much. And just to share some words in Spanish, because we have many of our Spanish speakers over here from the Bronx. Esta es la oportunidad para nosotros, una oportunidad para la gente y para una universidad que ayuda a nuestra gente. Mucha gente de nosotros venimos de otros países para tener el sueño en este país para progresar. Invirtiendo en CUNY es una inversión para la gente, y muchas gracias por todos que están apoyando a este bill para llegar para otro momento. Pero el New Deal for CUNY es más que una profesión para dinero para la universidad, es un sueño para nuestra gente en nuestra comunidad. And also to call out for our next speaker is our council member, Eric Dinowitz, also the chair of higher education at the city, at the New York City Council. Thank you so much.
All right, good afternoon students, CUNY students.
Good afternoon.
As was mentioned, my name is Eric Dinowitz. I'm council member for District 11, which includes Lehman College, and I chair the higher education committee. I often talk about my father. He is a CUNY graduate, but he grew up the son of a single mother. He lived in public housing, he lived in a walk-up, he slept in the foyer, and I think most people would consider that probably a life where you're struggling a bit. but he had opportunity. He had CUNY. He had Lehman College. And he was able to do something. Lehman was his vehicle for economic mobility. And he was able to do better for himself and his son and my sister than he had growing up. And then I went to CUNY. I'm a CUNY graduate. I took some courses here at Lehman College, undergrad, and I graduated from Hunter. I'm wearing Hunter colors. Well, I'm proud of all the CUNYs. But I graduated with a degree in special education, and I became a teacher here in the city. And behind me, we have a number of people who are going to become social workers. And we in the city are in dire need of social workers. And that's what CUNY does. That's what CUNY is. It's a vehicle for upward mobility. It provides education to people who are going to go out and make our city better. And so what we are asking isn't a lot. It's $500 million more dollars in the budget, the state budget, but it's not about the numbers. It is about investing in people. It is about investing in people like my father who was able to realize that dream of upward mobility. It is about investing in people like the students behind us who are going out and then reinvesting their time and energy in our city and in our state. This $500 extra million is so that we can have good ratios of students to professors. We can have more professors, but importantly, mental health counselors. Importantly, help close the TAP gap so people can better afford to go to CUNY. I'll tell you this, when my dad went to CUNY, it was free. When at least one of these professors went to CUNY, it was free. But now we're asking the people who are dedicating their time and energy to also invest their money so that they can then go out and invest in our city. And we are just asking for our state to invest in them, to invest in our professors, to invest in our mental health counselors. And one other thing, you're going to hear the statistics, more than half of our students come from families with income of less than $30,000. I just want you to, that should settle in. Less than $30,000. And CUNY is providing an incredible opportunity for them to do better for themselves and their families. And it's time that our state budget reflect that with $500 extra million for our students, for our professors, for our social workers, for our counselors, for everything our students need to succeed. A new deal for CUNY.
New deal for CUNY. New deal for CUNY.
A new deal for CUNY. Thank you.
New deal for CUNY.
Everybody give it up once again for our council member, Eric Dinowitz.
No, it's not Mr. Dinowitz. My students called me Mr. Dinowitz. You call me Eric.
So our next speaker, she's from the Lehman College chapter chair. Her name is Ruth Wegerin.
Greetings, politicians, colleagues, friends, and especially students. My students, thank you. For years now, as long as I've worked at CUNY, which I don't remember is over 10 years, the budget has been less than what we need to run a good university for these beautiful students. Building repairs don't get made on time. More than half the faculty, myself included, don't get paid a living wage and have no job security. And there's not enough mental health counselors. Some of the classes are too big for the students to get the kind of individual attention that they need and that they want. During the years I've been working at CUNY, tuition has gone up several times, but the extra money hasn't gone for improving educational conditions. The steady increases in tuition have been making up for a steady decrease in state funding of CUNY. In fact, while students are charged more, most offices and departments will tell you that their budgets keep going down. And the result is we don't have enough staff and faculty to do the job right, and we want to do the job right. We're so excited that the governor and the state legislature and the city council have decided that it's time to devote more of the public budget to public higher education. So you reporters who are here, take a look at these students. See these students? See these students? Lehman College students, young people of the Bronx. They are serious, they are hardworking, they are smart, and they want to become smarter. You cannot imagine how gratifying it is for someone like me to teach a room full of students like Lehman students. Many of these students are not just going to school, but they're also working to help support their families. They may also be sharing responsibility for little brothers and sisters. I don't want them to have to work more extra hours to get the money to pay tuition. I want them to put those hours into their homework. And that's what they want to do too, isn't it? I got most of a PhD without paying tuition for it.
Yes.
Well, they need that too. Tell the governor we have latent talent here. We have talent here in the Bronx, just waiting for a fair chance to shine. They deserve the best. Their teachers want the best for them. Now let the state government in Albany do its best for them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we're going to have our next speaker, Corey Provost, which is the interim chair president of the USS. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Again, my name is Corey Provost, and I serve as the interim chairperson for the University Student Senate. And why I'm here today is because of a new deal for CUNY. It's important to me because my mother went to CUNY. I was fortunate to go to Brooklyn College, graduate, learn what I needed to learn to now be a student at CUNY School of Law. So I'm going to be able to elevate my family, and I've seen what it has done personally for me and my family. I know it's going to do the same for everyone that is here today and everyone that will be in CUNY tomorrow. Just not too long ago, we saw the governor fine $850 billion for a Buffalo Bills Stadium in Buffalo. We know that money is there. We know that money is not an issue. That's the type of investment that we need in CUNY so that it can be free, so that our students can go on to do great things with their lives. CUNY used to be free. CUNY used to be free. It's not a fantasy, it's not a dream. It was a reality for hundreds of thousands of students before, and we can do that today. We can do that today. The budget is due in a couple of days, and I know everyone out here today knows that we can cross that finish line and get
New deal for CUNY!
a new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY!
I love the energy today, y'all. So you know what? I want to make sure that everything that we do today is heard. So can we do that chant one more time? A new deal for CUNY!
A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY! A new deal for CUNY!
So thank you everyone that came here today to support us. I would just say on a personal note, I started my career here. I went to my first year of college. I went to Lehman College. I never had the opportunity to really have that. I never had the opportunity to really shine in high school until I went to Lehman College. And in Lehman College now, I can say I am a professor, an adjunct professor at CUNY, also representing the CUNY Rising Alliance. And all that started because of my education at CUNY. I will also say that I was able to get a free education outside of the country, and I think that's unfair. We have the social capital here in New York City. We also have CUNY serves more than 75% of students of color, black and brown. And when we talk about how we help the economy in New York City, it mainly comes from CUNY. CUNY has more people climb the social mobility than all the Ivy Leagues combined. And we should also note how this will be a major indicator. So 500 million is not even enough. It's common sense to make sure that we invest and continue investing in our people. So one thing that I will say is that when you invest in CUNY, you invest in everyone, not just the corporations. You want to invest in the people, and this is the People's University. So before we go today, I want to make sure that we can make one more shout and we could chant New Deal for CUNY, so even louder than before. We want to make sure that everybody inside the classrooms can hear us, okay? So let's go. A new deal for CUNY! 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 A new deal for CUNY!
Yeah, it's good. We're going to pull a faculty member and a student to speak to them, but we're all good. Sarah, do you need to?
Who are you going to call?
Oh, we're just going to do it after.
Okay.
Like, do it on the side.
Hi, friend.
Hi, how you doing?